spend the next 30 minutes or so together in celebration. So I ask that you please transition into being here with all of us right now with a moment of silence. Thank you so much. So, are we recording? Great. Happy Trimester 2 AAA Awards. Thank you. This trimester, we've been able to return to some of our normal activities. In Trimester 2, we were able to celebrate Traditions Lunch and go to Spirit Nights at local restaurants. Fans were able to attend indoor and outdoor sports games, as well as concerts and performances. We've been able to combine into one lunch and bring morning meeting and some extended meetings into the gathering space. We have earned points in advisory games, some more than others. We filled out Mammal Madness brackets, listened to Spanish songs for Locura de Marzo, and celebrated birthdays and college acceptances together. We decorated our classroom doors, bought hot chocolate and candy grams, and began planning prom. Students have gone on field trips, conversed in person at student-led conferences, and decorated lockers with messages of kindness. Students have designed and carried out experiments, completed lab reports, presented projects, written essays, and taken numerous tests and quizzes. DEI has guided us in our celebration of Black History and Women's History Months. Students signed up for immersion term, academic classes. FCA has treated us to breakfast. We have earned community service hours and talked about mental health challenges. In other words, we have had a very full trimester. Today, we're going to celebrate our 3 A's, academics, arts, and athletics, and we will start with Coach Ryan Bernardi for athletics.
Hello everybody. First off, let me welcome parents back into the building. Wonderful to, as Killian mentioned, we return to normalcy or some form of it. Very excited to celebrate our athletics success in the winter season. Now this is an historic season for the Burlington School. First time that there have been multiple state champions in one season. Our girls and boys basketball team were both crowned North Carolina state champions. So if we can give a round of applause for that. The winter is a lot slower and a lot less going on than in the fall and the spring. We only have 3 teams taking place in competition. That's JV boys basketball, varsity boys basketball, and varsity girls basketball. For 100% of our varsity teams to be crowned state champions here in the winter is a heck of an accomplishment. Many of our seniors that are playing this winter are graduating and going on to play intercollegiate athletics. There's a lot to be proud of and a lot to celebrate here at the Burlington School. And we'll start with the JV basketball team. At non-varsity levels, the focus is on improvement and the focus is on development. And yes, we're playing games, but the focus is on developing student athletes in wherever they are in their sport to be able to compete at the varsity level. And this team this year really did that under Coach Ray Bellines. Coach Ray is an alumni of the Burlington School, which is one of the best parts of this athletics program is we have 5 TBS alumni coaching. So getting our alumni back and involved is very important. So Ray did a heck of a job with the JV team. Would like to recognize 2 student athletes. We'll start with the Coaches Award. This player got better every game and really took on Coach Ray's personality. Really, did everything that he said on a daily basis. Let's please welcome up here the Coaches Award of JV Basketball, Micah Stone. And the MVP of the JV basketball team, Most Valuable Player, as awarded by Coach Ray. This player produced night in and night out. He was the most consistent performer from start to finish. He was very coachable. He did everything that Coach Ray asked, as well as was able to score, assist, and rebound the ball at a high level. The MVP of the JV basketball team, Kendall Hooker. Please give it up for our award winners. Move on to the varsity boys basketball team. First off, anytime a team wins a state championship, it's a 1 through 11 team effort. And this team really exemplified that, so I would like to start by asking all varsity boys basketball players to stand so that they can be recognized. This is a team that accomplished a lot as the season went along. This team played the toughest schedule in North Carolina, according to Max Preps. This team was as high as number 19 in the country in the national polls. This team upset Brewster Academy at the John Wall. Brewster Academy had 4 or 5-star players. This team won a John Wall championship, one of the most prestigious high school basketball tournaments in the country. And this is one of these teams that was easy to root for because 5 players averaged double figures. There was a different leading scorer every night. There were multiple contributions, and this team above all liked playing for each other and was a team that really bonded and really played for one another. And to be back-to-back state champions is a very big accomplishment. It's one of these teams that, as a coach, is difficult and almost impossible to pick award winners. And luckily, also serving as the athletic director, I gave myself the option to not make that selection. And so what we're going to recognize today are the 2 players that the North Carolina Independent State Association chose as All-State. So if Kenai Briggs and Shane Peterson would please come to the stage. And now the girls basketball team. The girls basketball team, state champions as well, so we'll do the same thing. We'll ask all girls basketball players to please stand so we can recognize them. Whenever a team loses the year before in the state championship, it has a different feel to it. There's a different intensity, there's a different focus from the offseason, and this team had that. To lose in the final game of the season, there's really nothing worse in sports. So this team had a focus and an energy about them. Coach Portia's second year as a head coach had the girls really playing at a high level from the beginning of the season. This team had the 3rd toughest schedule in the state of North Carolina, according to Max Preps, and suffered their fair share of losses because of the schedule. But ultimately, the girls and the coaches had the mindset that adversity makes for better at the end of the year, and that's what it was. As the girls faced adversity during the season, it resulted in big performances in the playoffs. including a hard-fought victory against O'Neill in the state championship game, just to avenge a loss in the state championship and to return, get there, and win it. Says a lot about their character and their toughness. So we'd like to recognize 2 award winners. We'll start with the Coach's Award. Coach Portia wanted this to be called the Coach's Dream Award because this player was a coach's dream. She, for 4 years, showed up every day after playing a sport in the fall and getting ready to play a sport in the spring. Showed up every day with the same energy, the same toughness, the same resilience. As Coach Portia says, I will miss you like crazy. The Coach's Dream Award goes to Samantha Walker. And the most valuable player to Coach Portia was a very difficult decision. The girls' team as well had multiple players in consideration. Ultimately, she decided to award the most valuable player based on consistency, based on performance from day one. So Coach Portia named the most valuable player of the girls' basketball team, Layla Anderson. So while we turn the page on the winter season and 2 banners going in the rafters, our excitement grows as we reach the spring. And the spring has multiple teams that are state championship contenders. We are in the mix for the Wells Fargo Cup, which is the best all-around athletics program in the state. And that just says a lot about the talent, toughness, character in this room with this group of students and athletes. So just very much looking forward to the spring season and opportunities to raise more banners and appreciate everybody's support. Thank you.
A little shorter. So now we're going to transition into a celebration of the arts. And what Coach Bernardi said is certainly true. We are one of the best in the state at athletics. We are also one of the best in the state at the arts. So I'm going to acknowledge and celebrate all of the diversity of the arts experience. So if you are in the upper school choir, you could please stand and stay standing. Stand and stay standing. So the upper school choir performed outside in December. They sang some old favorites, including "Oh Holy Night," "How Great Our Joy," and a medley of holiday carols. Since January, they've been working hard at rehearsing for their spring musical review. The show will feature highlights from musicals like In the Heights, West Side Story, La La Land, Hamilton, and the music of Motown. Thank you, Upper School Choir, for your hard work this trimester. If you are a dancer, if you are in the dance class, please stand and stay standing. Dancers have continued to practice honing their technique, especially learning new skills while also practicing familiar ones. Their main focus this trimester has been choreographing a mini Frozen Friends production, which will involve lower school classes in a third trimester outdoor performance. Dancers have enjoyed earlier opportunities to share their love of dance with lower school students during occasional HL classes, and they look forward to continuing those opportunities. Thank you, dancers, for your hard work. If you are an upper school visual arts student, please stand. Studio arts. Studio The upper school visual arts students began this trimester by successfully completing their unit on color and pastel. Students painted florals, food, and animals. They then progressed to their investigation of line and form with scratchboard. They produced memorable architectural images and cityscapes. After completing a minimum of 3 pieces, they began working in printmaking, producing block prints with themes from the drama production of Aladdin. Thank you for your hard work. If you are in the drama class, please stand and stay standing. The drama class this trimester developed improvisation and acting skills through improv scenes, monologue performance, a costume design project, and an analytical monologue writing unit in order to develop original works. In addition to this, they worked to prepare for the spring musical, Aladdin 2022, which will open downtown at the Paramount Theater in May. The drama students are the backbone of this effort, jumping in where needed, behind the scenes, and in all production areas. We thank them for their hard work this trimester. Students in digital design, if you could please stand. And stay standing. Thank you. This trimester in digital design was spent primarily on filmmaking. Students produced a short music video and a longer movie. They gained valuable experience with editing software and the use of special effects. They also had to choose roles from acting, directing, camera work, and sound editing. They rounded out the trimester with some work in animation and video game design. Thank you for your hard work. If you are a member of the yearbook staff, please stand and stay standing. In the second trimester, yearbook students finished and submitted most of this year's publication. The students completed ad sales, reached out to fellow students for quotes and polls, and continued to work on their design skills. This past week, the group finalized the 2022 book and are now awaiting the printing and shipping from Jostens before planning distribution. Thank you for your hard work. If you are a member of the Rock Ensemble, please stand. This trimester started off with the students brainstorming ideas for their winter concert. Together with 3 middle schoolers, they performed a selection of tunes by Fleetwood Mac and Adele, and a song called Freaks. It was a beautiful day. The beginning of March, it was well attended, and it showed off their incredible display and variety of talents, including guitar, bass, piano, drums, tambourine, and vocals. Thank you so much for your hard work and for my choking up in the middle of that. I apologize. Now we're going to transition to academics. And before we celebrate those people who were able to earn honors and high honors, I want to take a minute and talk about the real reward, which is learning a new skill, overcoming your fears, trying something you haven't done before. So, making a little bit of progress. So if you are someone who has improved any of your grades, second trimester to first trimester, any one of them was better than it was first trimester, please raise your hand. That's a lot. If you have mastered or improved on a skill that you've been working really hard on, for example, filling out an essay planning sheet, completing a lab report, taking data. If you can say in this second trimester there is something that you feel you really progressed on inside your classes, please raise your hand. Congratulations. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll probably spill it now. That is the real celebration. But some of you were able to earn honors and high honors. So we're going to take some time to celebrate that. We recognize those students who earned honors if they have an average of 93% or above in their 5 core classes and no non-core grade below a 90%. High honors is for students who have an average of 96% or above in the 5 core classes, plus no non-core grade below 93%. It is an extremely difficult bar to reach. So I'm going to need help from a faculty member. Thank you. So as I call your name, please come collect your certificate, and you may then return to your seat. If we could keep the conversation down though so you can hear your name if it is being called. Okay. Gabby White. Joshua Valverde. Nevi Fisher. John Dennison. Matt Barnwell. Mania Graves. Lily Seagrove. Caitlin Colon. Landon Parker. Lucas Dumaine. Zach Bradshaw. Lillian Young. Taylor Jones. Annika Patel. Kaylee Agueda. Anaya Thomas. Max Gustafson. Matthew Brown. Sam Jeffries. Will Kazaya. Claire Suraj. Hayden Fleming. Annabelle Marmolejo. Layla Anderson. Sammy Edwards. If we could please give a round of applause to all of those students who earned honors. Now let's talk high honors. So please come collect your certificate, return to your seat, and keep conversation so that we can hear your names. Ainsley Rash. Ashley Post. Gib Wertz. Diego Ortiz. Bennett Gould. Noah Stewart. Hannah Krasinski. Elizabeth Davis. Liza Self. Brantley O'Day. Taylor Cheek. Keegan Lee. Amol Chaudhry. Olivia Martin. Aaliyah Coley. Will Stadler. Samantha Walker. Remy Averett. John Stanfield. London Agnew. Madison Chisholm. Connor Gould. Joelle Naswarine. Connor Ramu. And unfortunately, Shane Peterson is not here. He is our last name to celebrate. So if we could please have a round of applause for all of those folks.